The Super Bowl is over, Design and Construction Week is over, and now we come to the big trade show. This is the world of concrete. Concrete, you know, is a composite material composed mainly of water, aggregate, and cement. And there are additives and lots of chemistry involved with concrete. I am standing on concrete. The Hoover Dam is built of concrete, and concrete is the most popular man-made material used in construction. And you can see here there are cranes and tents, and the exhibits here are both outside and inside. Anyway, World of Concrete is here. I always find it fascinating because everything is so big. Let's go. This Mack Truck is right out in front of the convention center, and it is a truck that will be auctioned off later on. And it is a big thing. Don't know what the value here is, but I guess if you participate in the auction, you win the truck. I don't know, do you drive it home or ship it or just what? It's a beauty. For all you East Coast viewers, it's early February in Las Vegas, the most beautiful day you can imagine, and lots of the attendees at World of Concrete are outside enjoying the weather. The World of Concrete offers both 90-minute and 3-hour seminar sessions, more than 100 skill-building seminars. This is a sign for just one of them. Concrete basics, working with self-consolidating concrete, selecting crack repair materials, freeze, thaw, durability, etc. Hot and cold weather concreting, common problems, waterproofing. If you are in the construction business, you may want to come here just to go to the seminars. We're going to start our visit by going to the outdoor exhibits, which I always find interesting. There are some competitions. I know yesterday there was a huge bricklaying competition. Who's the best bricklayer in the world of concrete? So here we go, taking a look, seeing what is here. Goodness, here's a whole charging station. So if you need to make a call and your battery's low, stop here. I stopped by this exhibit because it's big and it's colorful, and I found out that Extreme Manufacturing is a local Las Vegas company. A man named Ahern seems to be the owner of this and a couple of other companies, rentals, etc. This equipment is called a telehandler, and you can see the telescoping booms, and there are weights lifted. Generally speaking, the longer the boom, the less it can lift. But wow, they go way up high here. And the prices go into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. About 100 people work in Las Vegas at this company. And so those of you who think all we are is casinos, you're wrong. We have manufacturing right here and right here at World of Concrete.
So if you're just joining us at Makita booth, a special welcome to our beautiful Rockstar ladies representing Makita and Rockstar. We're going to be doing our contest very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Hang tight. If you'd like to enter to win, please talk to any one of our beautiful Rockstar ladies or any one of our Makita associates. Makita is celebrating its anniversary, ladies and gentlemen, 100 years of innovation. Happy anniversary, Makita.
Pretty good, the gentleman says. And here are the Rockstar ladies. One of the largest outdoor exhibits is Husqvarna, and that is a Swedish company situated in 87 countries. And I was actually asking, how do you get the shine on the floor? So they have this new piece of equipment which both grinds and polishes concrete, And with the tools, I don't know if you can see them over there, they can produce this beautiful floor. They can even go into old buildings. The gentleman here was telling me about going into a 110-year-old building and polishing the floors. The cost of a piece of equipment like this may be around $40,000, and the floor is beautiful. You can put your lipstick on by looking in the mirror finish. Wow, social media, here we come. Experience first in class and show us you are a proud professional. Win an iPad. Get photographed, and that's probably what was happening with the girl over there holding the saw. Put it on your Facebook page, and if you get a whole bunch of likes and shares, you might win the iPad. I'll be darned. Well, here we have a polishing machine, Mack 1 Machine Development Corp. Good demonstration here. Polishing systems. You can see they have to, I guess, suck up the dust. And we get a shiny floor. This is Allen Engineering. Out the equipment. Looks like fun. Just think, for this show, they have to lay the concrete and then haul in everything. My goodness, it almost looks like a lake, clear water. You see all the reflections. Lots of polishers to try. Okay, this machine is the latest automated high-performance concrete screed. And I said, what is screed? And it is leveling off the contract. Here they're doing it, it is leveling off the concrete. Here they're doing it with sand. And the gentleman here said this would be a good machine to use for the smaller contractors. So, screed means to level off, improving quality and productivity. So how much does one of these machines cost?
It's $120,000 US for list price.
And you have an accent. Where is this made?
I'm Australian, but the machine's made in Belgium, so.
Oh, Belgium. Okay. It's the world of concrete.
That's right.
The brochure is called a curb roller. And then there's another brochure that says Hydra Screed, now that we know what screed means. So what they're doing is roughing up the sand so we can watch the curb roller do what it does. CES was interesting, the porn show was interesting, but look what these guys love. The curb roller. A recent trade show in Las Vegas had a lot of vibrators, but not this kind. These are vibrators for concrete by Bibco. Love the name here, called a stone slinger, and the gentleman explained that exactly what this equipment does. There's a boom and you can actually shoot out aggregate or whatever up to 100 feet. This is a stone slinger, and it's WK Doms Manufacturing Limited. Ever seen the inside of a concrete mixer? Well, here is one. This is by Contech Manufacturing Inc. And you can see the augers inside. The gentleman explained to me that the mixer turns one way to load in the concrete and turns the opposite way to distribute the concrete. Who knew? All three halls at the Las Vegas Convention Center are filled with World of Concrete exhibits. This is the South Hall, and you can see the crowds go way, way back. The anticipated attendance was around 48,000 people. Well, we'll give kudos to Sacrete because they have a large booth here, and they also have places to sit. In case you didn't know it, there is an American Concrete Institute. One thing I wanted to see when I came to this show was what you could do with concrete. I know there are countertops. Anyway, this is Increte Systems, and the gentleman here was telling me this is actually an epoxy coating on concrete. Now this is regular, this is just with a stamp or something?
Yes, ma'am. We make custom stamps for corporations and organizations. So if they're doing, of course, the Colorado Rockies own a baseball stadium, so when they do concrete all around it, they can put their logo in the concrete.
Right, right. And here, I was very interested in how you make concrete look almost like a wood floor. And this is done with
an overlay, a cementitious overlay, a cement overlay, and then a rubber stamp with a wood grain is applied to it.
Okay, so I said, well, could I do this myself? Well, yes, lady. But more likely you hire a contractor, and the folks from Increte will do a lot of training of contractors so they know how to do it right.
That's
so anyway,
correct.
The gentleman also said concrete isn't gray anymore.
That's right.
Stopped by Sonotube because I loved their display here, and I asked, what are these used for? And these are forms. If somebody is building an overpass on a highway, for example, and you need these columns to hold up your overpass, you pour the concrete into the tubes, and after it dries, then you remove the tubes. So here we are with a beautiful display. Speaking of concrete not being all gray, here is Schofield Systems, and they have 9 new concrete colors. A covert green, shadow gray, shale green, juniper green, Sudan brown, Yuma green, carob brown, etc. And here's a picture of an overpass with one of the new colors. Well, guess who's here? China is here, as they are with most of the trade shows and conventions we cover. Whole list of tools made in China. This is the Bobcat exhibit that is in Central Hall, and I asked the gentleman here, is Bobcat a generic name these days, like Kleenex? He said, yes, it is. And the reason is, about 50 years ago, this machine was invented originally to clean out chicken barns. And here we have a Bobcat. He says that people come in and say, oh, I have a Bobcat, but they actually have a different brand. Bobcat, this machine, about $50,000, has 75 different attachments. It can break concrete, it can scoop old concrete, it can do all kinds of things. 75 different attachments. This is Bobcat. Central Hall is filled with big machinery. I do recognize the Deere name, and woo, we'll turn real quickly. I recognize Lieb Herr only because I've been to a number of conventions, and they have huge pieces of equipment at these conventions. And this looks like Sioux King. Anyway, lots of expensive, oh, Soil King, excuse me, I couldn't see the word under the bar there. Of course I saw tripods and then realized this is Spectra Precision surveying equipment, not tripods for cameras. Well, though I suppose it could be used that way too. Anyway, you need to survey the area before you can build. Makita Industrial Power Tools is giving away this automobile. Now, if you don't want to be noticed, don't push your entry in. But if you do want to be noticed, wow. These are Pengo construction augers. And they're quite lovely. Need a scoop? I'm sure it has a fancier name than that. This is Paladin Powerful Attachment Tools. And it's big. You don't have to go home empty-handed from World of Concrete. There is gear here, there are shirts, there are toys. You can have a wonderful time just shopping. It's 3:30 on Thursday, and after a long day of walking the show floor, the bar is busy. This is in the North Hall. I'm a sucker for these beautiful engines. This is in the John Deere exhibit in the North Hall, and this is a diesel.
Diesel 6.8 liter diesel engine.
And it is used for?
Crawlers, gensets, excavators, air compressors, loaders,
etc. It is absolutely gorgeous, and the cost around would be, what'd you say?
20,000.
20,000 or so.
Yeah.
But it's so pretty, worth every penny.
Absolutely. Have a good day.
Thank you. Okay, I'm walking by and I see this swimming pool with foam in it, and I said, well, what the heck is this? And I am at the Richway Crete Foamer Cellular Concrete Equipment exhibit. And the gentleman explains to me, he says, lift up each one of these. And we've got real heavy concrete, and we get real light. How does it become light? Foam is mixed in with the concrete, and there are special places you might like, kind of lightweight concrete that's flowable, that you can just, you know, like you're decorating a cake, you just shoot this stuff in. For example, some kind of abandoned room where you don't want to, you just want to fill it up with concrete, and you use this flowable concrete with foam in it. And that's what Richway Crete Foamer does. I'll be darned. So here is a whole table full of bottles, and I said, what in the world is this? And the gentleman explained Aero Magnolia Company, owned by an American Indian woman, makes the chemicals that you can use to clean spilled concrete in your truck or wherever. I didn't know you could even do it, but they have a big exhibit here, Aero Magnolia. Here's another part of the Chinese exhibit, and this is a name I love, Kunpeng Intelligent Machinery Company Limited. Of course it should be Intelligent Machinery, shouldn't it? If you need a lot of concrete, this is Rexcon Super Mix USA, one huge piece of equipment. There's a sign that says Batch Computer Rexcon, and then the tubs up here, one says mobile. I don't know about that. This is one huge piece of equipment. Well, I remember Sargent Bilco, didn't know about this company, and they apparently make basement doors. Here they are. This is the Superior Concrete Products exhibit, and I stopped here because this so-called wooden fence is really concrete, as is this one and all that they have here. The gentleman explained to me that two men can erect fences. You said what? Two men can erect these kind of fences?
Well,
pretty quickly?
Yes, they can do. Most of our fences are using 85-pound panels, so two men at a time can lay about 100 linear feet of 6-foot fence in a day.
Okay.
So it's very, very
And you
fast.
said it has seismic...
It's got good seismic capabilities, you know, because the posts in the ground, as opposed to a solid footing, give it good strength. And we usually have a wind load of 90 miles per hour that they're capable of
Okay, we
engineered
need that
for.
out here. We get big winds in
Get
Las
big
Vegas.
winds.
But that's beautiful, that wooden fence. I like
Yeah,
it.
that's
And
called
it's
board
nice.
on board.
Board on board.
And
And
we have
it's,
another one over here called Superior Fence, which
Okay.
is also wood.
all right, very nice. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
I learn things at every trade show I visit. Here, 3 ways to apply liquid rubber: pour, brush, and spray. Who knew? Ever wanted concrete on demand? H&H has a truck and it says concrete delivered. Global Mixers, Mack Truck, Keller, Texas. Concrete on demand. So we're at IWI Group LLC, and I was asking about what they do here because this is reinforcing rebar, and instead of hand tying the pieces together, they use a machine. Can do it quick and fast. Here we go. Boom. I'll be darned. Is this something new, or has this
It's been out for several years.
several years? It's just that I didn't know about it. Okay. Very nice. Thanks. Now, she must be a contractor of the future, right? She's talking, sort of. She's telling me maybe it's time to end my visit to the world of concrete and go wait for my ride. Is that what you're saying? Maybe. Okay, I'll take your advice. Goodbye, world of concrete. And the pigtails, too.